In this video, we'll discuss how to calculate pH and hydrogen ion concentration. So the pH scale is a logarithmic scale that expresses the strength of acids and bases. It ranges from 0 to 14, but sometimes acids can have a lower pH than 0 and bases can have a higher pH than 14. We can convert pH and hydrogen ion concentration using two equations. pH can be calculated by using the negative log of the hydrogen ion concentration, and then hydrogen ion concentration can be calculated using the inverse log of the negative pH. A couple things to know: strong acids have a low pH but a high hydrogen ion concentration, but strong bases are the opposite, with a high pH and a low hydrogen ion concentration. When we calculate pH, you need the concentration of hydrogen ions. First step, write the equation. pH is equal to the negative log of the hydrogen ion concentration. Then you substitute your concentration into the equation. But when you're typing it in the calculator, you're doing something that you probably don't do that often. You probably don't use logarithmic functions very often. So first thing you want to do is press the negative button because this is the negative log. Then press the log button and then type in your concentration. Now this is going to be scientific notation typically, but not always. Then you close your parentheses and you hit enter. Now you're going to get a number and you have to round correctly. And so you notice right here, there's a lot of decimal places there. So what are the sig fig rules when you're using log functions? Well, it's a little different. So if you're converting from hydrogen ion concentration to pH, we use the number of sig figs in the concentration. So 3 sig figs in this example. That means we'd have to go with 3 decimal places. I know this is different. We don't usually do it this way, but this is because it's a log function. So 3 sig figs equals 3 decimal places. 2 sig figs equals 2 decimal places. 1 sig fig equals 1 decimal place. And since our example, we have 1.5, that's 2 sig figs, we have to round to 2 decimal places. But if you're going the opposite direction, if you're converting from pH to concentration, it would be decimal places. 1 decimal place would be 1 sig fig. 2 decimal places would be 2 sig figs. So in this example, we're calculating the hydrogen ion concentration with a pH of 4.6. Same as before, just a different equation. So you write your equation. Hydrogen ion concentration is equal to the inverse log of the negative pH. Substitute your number, so negative 4.6. Our pH is 4.6, but we're going to substitute negative 4.6 because it's the negative pH. To calculate, since this is the inverse log, you press second, and then you press the log button, and then you type negative 4.6. Now look at the decimal places for our pH. We have 1 decimal place, 4.6. So 1 decimal place means that we have to round to 1 sig fig. Now if I type this in the calculator, I would end up with 2.5 something times 10 to the negative fifth, but since we have 1 decimal place, I had to round up to 3.